How's it going, guys? It's Shot in the Dark Reactions with me, Dan. Today I'm joined with my wife, Molly.
Hello.
And we are going to be checking out Sleep Token's latest song, Caramel. Whew, I'm actually a little bit nervous for this, I'm not going to lie. We are enormous Sleep Token fans. We've seen them countless amounts of times.
I think it's six or seven in total.
The first time we ever saw them was
2021 download.
Yeah, Download Pilot, which was
and
COVID
Sugar,
thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, and Sugar was actually the first song we ever heard by them, and it's easily one of my favourite songs. Yeah.
So basically, with Sleep Token, they dropped a few like little teasers and stuff for this, and one of the biggest ones was that the image that you see now, that was also put on the single for Sugar.
Yeah.
On Spotify, and it's got everyone kind of thinking, is this like Sugar 2.0? And then you've got the name Caramel as well. So there's loads of different...
Or in typical Sleep Token fashion, it could just be everybody overreaching and it'll be nothing like it.
Yeah.
Because we've done this before.
Yeah.
We were looking the other day, weren't we? And we've literally been a part of 3 album releases.
Yeah.
And we've followed them from 3 different albums. So we know not to kind of jump the gun and assume with Sleep Token. They never cease to...
We are going to pause the video throughout. So if you haven't listened to the song itself, please check it out first. And then come back and see our reaction after.
Yeah.
But this is the first ever time we've hearing this song.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I'm excited.
Are you ready?
I'm anxious and excited, but if it's anything like Take Me Back to Eden or This Place Will Become Your Tomb, I'm pretty sure I'm going to love the entire
Predictions?
album.
Heavy or...?
It's going to blow my friggin' mind, isn't it?
I think it's going to have like a bit of like...
I think there's going to be a melody to it.
Yeah, I think it's quite soft, and then it's going to like get into it as we go.
Or maybe like if there is any nod to Sugar, obviously I'm not saying there is, but Sugar has like a very particular melody.
It's a bit it builds as well.
It's an iconic melody. Like I know that song from like the first bar.
Yeah.
So I think it might have that esque, but I don't know. I'm not thinking too much about it because Sleep Token have always just brought out something that my brain's never fathomed. But I'm excited.
Oh my god, here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, I feel like it's Zelda.
Music box.
I feel Zelda vibes. I'm in. I like Zelda.
For the good times, right foot in the roses, left foot on the landmine. I'm not gonna be there, tripping on the grapevine. They can sing the words while I cry into the baseline. Wear me out like...
Cool, right, that's the first section of the song. Okay, so we've got like a very music box, like really traditional.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie, I instantly was like, this is going to be my summer banger, because it's like that bit of a up-tempo-y but chill. It's really, I like that.
Very poppy.
I like that a lot. I do like that. I really want to drop.
Very uplifting.
I want to drop though. I'm instantly
this song's
craving
four minutes. It's not as long as Emergence.
But the thing is, like, I'll be honest, when you've reacted to other songs before, and I said this to you the other day, there's some songs that you will play and it feels like 9 minutes long.
Yeah.
Whereas with Sleep Token, and I found with Emergence,
you always want more.
Emergence, I found that it was like it goes that quickly, even though it's nearly 7 minutes long. It does not feel like 7 minutes.
No. Okay, so we'll track that back again. Let's start from the start, and we'll get a little bit further this time. It's a very traditional.
Yeah, almost like those. I think it's probably done on the ones that you pluck. The plucky ones.
Plucky pluckers.
Yeah. I don't actually know what the call is.
times, right foot in the roses, left foot on a landmine.
The production is beautiful.
Gonna be there, tripping on the grapevine. They can sing the words while I cry into the baseline. Wear me out like Prada.
Oh, dang. I'm just gonna bop. Oh, damn.
Okay.
I kind of didn't want you to stop there. I was like, no, please don't. Please don't stop. Please don't stop.
All right. Cool. So far,
that.
lyrics.
I absolutely love that.
Count me out like sovereigns, pay back for the good times, right foot in the roses, left foot on the landmine. So it's like...
it's kind of like the bittersweet of the
two sides to one
two
story.
Sides, and I love that. I've got to say this. From the twice we've heard it, every single time my brain's gone, holy shit, Vessel's voice
has improved a lot.
Has, like... We've watched him.
It feels
grow,
cleaner. It feels,
and it's so well done. Like, he's so clean. His diction is phenomenal, and it's like, wow.
It feels a lot cleaner. It feels a lot more.
Talk about emergence. Like, geez,
yeah.
He's really has like evolved, and it's really nice to follow that.
Then he says, "I'm not going to be there tripping on the grapevine." So basically, like, he's not going to be bothered about what people are saying about a situation behind his back, essentially.
Which I love that, but that's one thing that Sleep Token have never really done, is they've never really listened to anybody else's kind of bullshit. They've gone with their own beliefs. And
they can sing the songs music. While I cry into the bass line. That's such a like pop, like Dua Lipa sort of.
Yeah.
You wouldn't find that in metal traditionally, and I think that's really cool with Sleep Token. They're not afraid to, sugar up the lyrics a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Make him a little bit.
It's always been something that's captivated me about Vessel, in the way that he writes, and his lyrics are just...
Wear me out like Prada, devil in my detail. So that's like a play on words. The devil wears Prada.
Love Devil Wears Prada.
I swear it's getting harder than just to exhale, backed up into corners, bitter in the lens. I'm sick of trying to hide it every time they take
mine.
So far, I think it's sort of like a lot of people are saying something about a situation, and he's like not really buying into any of it, even though there is two sides to the story. He's kind of just seeing what plays out. He's not like, I'm not gonna listen to other people, which is cool. I like it. And then the chorus. So stick to me like caramel, walk beside me till you feel nothing as well.
I love that.
Very uplifting.
I love that.
Very uplifting.
Like, we all know that I am a part of the Sleep Token cult. I intend to follow Vessel to the ends of the earth.
Cool. Let's keep going. Let's just go a little bit back. Let's get to that chorus.
It's such a bar. And the trills are fab. There's our two.
Oh.
Here's Vessel just putting all the latest rap artists to shame.
I need to go back a little bit because that was a naughty drop. I didn't get it. There we go. Interesting that is. It's like a traditional sort of drum fill build up, soldier sort of drumming build up, and then it sort of goes into into the second verse, it's not really a drop. It's quite. Just flows.
It's the fluidity in this that's beautiful. There's everybody absolutely panicking about how they're going to learn these lyrics.
Honestly, you know how we've listened to a lot of Vessel rapping, especially in Take Me Back to Eden, and then in Emergence, obviously, as well. This is the most rap I've heard, because nice. I think with rap normally with Vessel, it's very like... What?
You were like majorly getting louder, and I was like,
was
rude.
I? Oh, yeah. Sorry. It's it's interesting because this rap is more traditional rap, in my opinion. There's less melody to it, and it's very flowy, and it's very like spitting. It's like it's spitting bars at this point.
I kind of have like the easiest way is kind of like a mashup. So I picture some of like my favourite summer songs, which are really uplifting, and then it's the way he raps though, it's not like an aggressive way of rapping like you see nowadays, like and in a lot of rap music and a lot of musicians that specialise in rap. You tend to find that it's very punchy, it's very aggressive, it's very like, here is my point. With Vessel, it's very much less like, this is fun, like I'm enjoying this, and it's really nice to hear that.
There's a definite mad flow going on.
Yeah.
So it says, they ask me, is it good going in the garden? So it's more of an Eden reference.
Yeah, good going in the garden.
Say I'm lost, but I beg no pardon.
Yeah, it's biblical.
Up the dice, but low on the cards. I try not to talk about how it's harder now. Can I get a mirror side stage? Looking sideways at my own visage.
Visage.
Getting worse.
I suppose it's almost like, the way I interpret that is very much like, obviously, the battle between Vessel.
I think that as well.
And his own... obviously when he's out of the mask.
I think that as well.
And I think like,
can I get a mirror side stage?
It's almost like that. I need the clarification, or I need the understanding, like I am still who I am, and although I am on stage as Vessel, like I do. And
this
have
as well.
Me,
this as well.
I
Holy shit! Holy shit! Look at this. Every time they try to shout my real name just to get a rise from me.
See, this is just it. Like, you
know what, this song,
even if you know the truth, and I think even if you know the identity, if you are a true lover and supporter of Sleep Token, it's not something that you would ever say, because when Slipknot came out, for example, they were all masked, and it was like, it was that kind of, who are they? And I think there should be somewhat of a standard of going, you know what, let the lads be the lads, almost. Do you know what I mean? Because I think where they are now, and if they are happy being masked and having that life and, keeping things separate, then albeit, but the people that are coming forwards and trying to take that mask off them prematurely, I think that's the real issue.
This is interesting though, because I think every Sleep Token song has been about his sort of fascination with this deity sleep, or it's been about something that's been pivotal in their lives, but they make it more of like a story and it's got lore to it. This song feels like
they'd be incredible authors.
This song
to write books.
This song feels like a personal song, about him.
And I like that, because I think in a lot of ways it's hard. Like, we have in-depth
really
discussion. We've had in-depth discussions.
It's really interesting.
But I do think that, they are still real people underneath the mask.
Yeah.
And that is something that,
All right, I'm going to play that second part. Don't say anything else. I want to hear it flow. Ooh. So we got an extended chorus after that rappy sort of second verse.
That's the one thing, like, I don't know if you noticed it, but it's like he stays on the same note throughout.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
for the second verse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
that's what I mean. Like
verse, it's like it's
there's
consistent.
no melody. It's just a traditional spitted bard.
Yeah, but
rap.
it's all in the same key. It does not differ
really
from that
cool.
key until like a prominent word.
You've got a lot of cool,
it's very clever.
A lot of cool like synthy bass going on as well. That's pushing things. You've got two that's coming in obviously on that second verse.
It's nice to hear two be so free.
You've also got a really like
nice.
When he says, "I hear you sing that top line," he's got a very auto-tuned.
Yeah.
It's very poppy. This song is hugely poppy, and I can see why people were comparing this to the likes of Sugar, comparing it to the likes of their Fall For Me, those very poppy songs.
Fall For Me is poppy.
You know what I mean? Like, it's very like...
I find it quite... It's more of a softer way of anything.
Yeah, but there's no heaviness to it. It's just a traditional song.
It's very just
and what
sweet.
I love about Sleep Token is that they're not scared to just drop a song that's completely different and doesn't run parallel to Emergence. They could have easily just dropped another song that was in that ballpark to keep the masses happy. I like how they drop these like random flavours.
It's a nice change from Take Me Back to Eden as well. You think we had like Chokehold to begin with, and then it was Aqua Regia.
I don't think there's anything like this though. I think
they keep. I don't know how they do it, but they just keep bringing things out.
I don't really think there's anything like this
that's never really been heard before, and it's like, where are you getting these ideas from? How are you getting these ideas?
So that whole second verse is about obviously having eyes on them. You know, I think the thing is I don't think they ever expected to get as big as they are.
No.
And when they're playing these enormous arena shows, I don't actually think they were actually ready for it. And I
felt very much like that when we saw them in London when they did their first arena.
Yeah.
We were there.
Wasn't it where?
And
like,
it was just watching like.
He went off for halfway
through. I think it was how overwhelmed they were to realise like they're following
and I think,
back to them so heavily.
This song is more, like a down to earth look. We're just human beings at the end of the day, and I really like that. And the other part that I want to talk about is when it says, "But I'm glad you came to let me see those hands." Again, this is a very prominent thing where it's almost like, I'm glad you came. Even though you're saying all this shit about me, I'm glad you've come because you're there as a fan and, let's vibe together.
That's the one thing I've always found with Sleep Token is that they do really appreciate their fan base. And I've always felt very much like they're very grateful at the end of shows and that. And I remember there was one gig we went to and Vessel himself was like on his knees and bowed to the crowd, and I was like, to me that means so much that you appreciate us.
Cool. I'm gonna go into what looks like a bridge section.
Ooh, bridge. Yes. Just gives me life.
Where did that come from, though?
It's just like, surprise!
Double bass.
Hello, too. How you doing, mate?
The whole face has just been like this the whole time.
I love the full sense of security you get drawn into.
Deepest incisions. I thought I got better, but maybe I didn't.
Holy crap.
What a weird
I love
song.
that. I'm in. I love that. I think in a lot of ways the lyrics kind of give to me, especially when it dropped, and it was almost like he was kind of screaming at himself. The way I took that, so it was kind of a way of him like.
I think he thought
it's the battle between him.
He thought he could do better.
Vessel, and the difficulty in being.
I think he thought.
Two people.
I think he thought that he had it covered.
Yeah.
And
but I don't think he realised.
I think maybe mate, this is a weird song because
it's almost like
we've listened to every Sleep Token song there is.
Oh heck yeah!
And there is no song that is anywhere near like this at all.
No.
Like, okay,
I feel like I'm almost a traitor to being a metalhead because
you've got your traditional, rap that he's been accustomed to lately. You've got your traditional hooks. You've got your traditional really good drumming. Traditional really cool bass lines, and then you've got your chuggy guitar, and then I think 4 screaming at the end.
It's almost just bipolar as my brain.
I think 4.
And I love that.
I definitely think 4 screaming at the end. But the only thing is, right,
it is nice to hear.
I love
4.
I love transitions in Sleep Token songs, and this one was really jaunty. Like, I didn't expect it at all. Like.
Yes, I love that. It's just like, oh, you thought I was listening to something nice and poppy. So beautiful. So beautiful.
So
I love that line.
The stage
is a prison, because honestly, I've thought this for a very long time, and that is exactly the way that I have been trying to explain how I felt like with you when I said that one of the main concerns for me is like being with someone who is a musician and goes out and does these things, and it's like. It's almost like that limelight, and it is a prison once you're on there and you're there.
You've got no choice.
You've got no choice. You have to keep being there, and I think like that is so poignant for Vessel right now, and for all of them, because it's they didn't realise they were going to go absolutely mind-blowingly big in such a short space, And then the next thing you know is like it's taken them all across the world. It's taken them here, there, and everywhere. They're sacrificing their lives essentially for the rest of us. Like, I'm not complaining, but
am I alone in feeling a little bit concerned? Because like he's like saying he's terrified to answer his front door, you know.
But you know what? That is the rage that I feel about the fans, because we're fans, yes. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say I wouldn't fangirl a little bit.
And we do know who they are. Yeah. But not like know who they are, but we know their names.
We know. But this is just it. Like, anybody that says to me, oh, you know, is this that? And I don't discuss it.
You just leave them to it.
You don't. That is their life. You know, they're people. They still deserve to have a life.
You know what? I didn't have this on my bingo card. I did not have this song on my bingo card. A song that is literally ingrained in them as people. This is I'm not joking. This is the only song that I know of that actually speaks about how they are as people. It's not a law thing. It's not this weird...
It's nice.
You know, there's no like major biblical references or anything apart from the garden part about Eden, but that could be referencing his album.
I mean,
it's just really interesting.
It's really hard because
really interesting.
This has always been something that I've always been interested in, I suppose. It's the one thing as I've gotten older. Like, you know, one of my favourite bands, it was Not Pretty when I saw them for the first time. But it is that, you know, I've felt connected with Sleep Token since we first found them. And that is probably what stemmed me to continue following them. And I've always felt that connection with them and with their music. And I think this kind of opens that a little bit more. Well?
They're a band, they can't speak out. They can't speak out. So everything that gets said about them...
They've done it musically.
They can't retaliate. But that's in the lyric. They can't retaliate because then that gets rid of the mystery around the band. And that's kind of... I said this to you,
But it must be like constantly living in fear when you think about this, because obviously it's not known knowledge who they are, and it's like if one thing drops and their identities become main knowledge, you know,
it is a Google search away.
Yeah.
So you can figure it out.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, maybe...
It's what you do with that information, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, what if they wanted to keep themselves private?
They 100%
that was the whole point of why they've been masked. You know, who are we, as fans, to then harass these people? Like, for God's sake, leave them alone. They're musicians. They're incredibly talented human beings, but they are human beings nonetheless. And I think that should go with every musician. You know, I think that should go whether you're masked or not. Leave them alone.
It's like saying every time they try to shout my real name and all that stuff. And then there was this bit here when he says, everybody wants eyes on him. I just want to hear you sing. So it's essentially saying...
It's like, for God's sake, take your eyes away from the trying to figure out who we are and just enjoy our music.
Enjoy the music.
It was very much similar with Sia, when Sia came about, because she hid herself away. That was what she was known for. And that was because, obviously, she's an older musician. She'd written for years for different artists, like well-known pop artists. But she knew that if people saw her for who she was, then they wouldn't be interested. And it's like, why are we getting to this point?
There's no
that
like
you have to be
with this song
way.
As well. There's no like gimmick.
No.
There's no like random trumpet solo. There's no like
trumpet. It was a saxophone.
A saxophone.
Get
sorry.
it right. Thank you. I feel offended that you just called it a trumpet.
Yeah, but there's no like weird thing that reactors are going to be like, okay, oh my god.
There's no embellishment, I think, is the word you're looking for.
Yeah, there's no like crazy thing in the song. It's very what it is.
Yeah, indefinitely.
Like, you know, it's intriguing as hell.
It really is.
Because
it's phenomenal.
I wouldn't say it's like my favourite Sleep Token song ever, but would I say it doesn't intrigue me? This song is super intriguing. Like,
You imagine it though, if Sleep Token came across this video and they was watching our responses and how we're reacting to this, and they went, "Nah, we're completely off the fucking mark." Could you imagine?
Well, they probably
just like
they probably do, but I can't help but think this is a song that's aimed to.
That's my interpretation of it, indefinitely. And obviously, people may feel differently. That's fair. That's
I mean,
fair enough.
that's what's amazing about this.
But that to me is how.
But anyway,
I
guys,
feel.
tell us what you thought about the track. Tell us what you think about the song so far. Emergence and
definitely.
Caramel. Which one's your favourite? Your predictions, obviously.
I love them both for different reasons.
They're very, very different.
They're so different.
Which is something that when, you know, I've been in bands in the past, I've always wanted to release songs as in singles, but I always released very, very different songs because people don't want you to think that you're just going painting everything with the same brush.
I think that's what a lot of bands do horribly fall into a lot of the time, and I could name a couple of albums that I listen to and I'm like, what song's this again? Because it sounds exactly the same as like the past 4 I've listened to. And I think that's the really refreshing thing with Sleep Token.
We are going to go. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Like the video. And yeah, let us know in the comments any other reactions that you want to see. Yeah.
Or if you want me back.
Of course we will. Especially if it's a Sleep Token song.
If it's a Sleep Token,
we've got to experience these songs together. This band is huge to us.
I mean, this band was played at our wedding. So it's Sleep Token are definitely embedded in us, aren't they?
Massive. Cool. Well, did enjoy it. Did enjoy Caramel. Very good.
Indeed.
So much that I kind of want to listen to it again.
Yeah.
So we're going to do that now.
We're just going to keep picking at it.
Yeah.
Like we do with every
Thanks very much for watching, guys, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.